Alright, well, this video is on a new boat I just purchased. It's the Tobin Sports Grand Haven Elite, and I got it from Costco on clearance for $3.99. I saw this when it first came out, start of the season, and I think it was listed for $7.50 when I first saw it, so it caught my eye. It's inflatable, it's a catamaran style Zodiac, so you've got less surface area touching the water, so it should be a little easier to move with a smaller motor. Now, it doesn't have a bag, but it does have this cover with some straps to keep it all contained, so it's pretty easy to put it back in. Of course, it's not going to go in like it was when I first bought it, but it works. Now, the boat has 3 different air compartments. So you get your 2 pontoons on the side, and then your floor. Setting this thing's up pretty easy. All the intakes are labeled 1, 2, 3 with the PSI next to them. So you just connect your pump, and I'm using the same pump I have for my Costco paddleboards. And you set your PSI, hit power, and kind of does the rest for you. This is everything that comes in the kit. You get 2 oars, you got a bench, a manual pump, and a patch kit. I didn't time how long it took to inflate, but I think each valve probably took 2-3 minutes each, so I'd say in 10-15 minutes I had it all together. So just went around, blew up both pontoons, and then this is where I made my mistake. So the pontoons are only 3.5 psi, but the floor is actually 10 psi. So I made the mistake of just doing 3.5 for everything, and my biggest complaint on the boat after testing it was the floor was just too soft, and that was my own fault. I hadn't blown it up enough. Some of the similar boats I've seen, the seat just kind of slides into pockets on each side, where this one has a little slot with like a round dowel almost that it fits in. So it's a little harder to get these in, but I think they're a lot more stable, and I think it's a better option than the pocket. So for this, you can use up to a 15 horsepower gas motor. I'm just hooking up a 45 thrust electric trolling motor with a lithium battery. So initially I plan on using the seat as more of a bench. I could put my fishing rod holders and my fish finder on, and I'm just going to use a Tommy Bahama chair to sit. I loaded it into my truck, and I was actually pretty happy to see that it fit right between the box rails. So it fits perfectly in the truck and makes it easy to transport. I decided to head over to Columbia Lake to give this thing the maiden voyage. It's a nice, calm, beautiful day. Perfect for testing out this boat. Each of these pontoons do have a hard piece of plastic that runs down the length of it, so it gives you a little peace of mind dragging it on concrete like this. Okay, my initial, reaction to this boat. So the size, I was worried it was going to be a little too big or a little too small. I think it's just right, actually. For 1, maybe 2 people, I could stick another person up front. I was a little worried with the open front in it, water would be just pouring in, but with the trolling motor, I'm not really going fast enough, and the front of this boat's still pretty high in the water, so I don't think I've got any of that to worry about. And the trolling motor with my battery here is actually pushing me along really well here, so overall
pretty good. I guess what I don't like so far is the floor is pretty soft. So unlike a paddleboard where you put in like 12, 13 psi, 15 psi, this thing only takes 3.5. So that floor, I just kind of assumed is gonna be like a paddleboard where you can kind of stand on it and whatever, but it's a little softer than I thought. So I might even think about getting a piece of plywood or something that I can lay down on the floor when I'm using it. It was a bit of a challenge to get in. That seat, I think the seat's garbage. I'm gonna probably use mine as more of a rest for downriggers and fish finder and all those things and rod holders. And then I'm gonna figure out a better seat. The battery, the strap on it, it's almost like a poor distance where I can't quite tighten it on the battery just where the buckle is. So I'm probably thinking I'm gonna make some kind of box I can put in the back here with my fishing gear. And I could mount the seat with a swivel on top and the battery on the back, and just make that a little easier to manage. So we'll get all that stuff figured out. But you know, overall impression, I'm kind of happy with it. And I think with a few modifications, I can turn this into a decent little fishing boat. So stay tuned for some modifications and you know, some adventures hopefully.
Well, thanks for watching, and make sure you join for the next episode, because I'm going to be completing my mods for this, and then we'll put them to the test on a little adventure. So again, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, helps a lot.